Welcome back to the channel. So, let's talk about this. The more experience you have with dating today, the more you're going to realize all this is until you really find the right person that suits yourself. Which is extremely difficult, bro, because you gotta match somebody looks wise, personality wise, morals wise. Like, you gotta have the right connection. Like, there's so many things, bro, that have to be there. So, until you find the right person, what you're going to come to realize is that dating is one big game of leverage, where the woman and yourself are trying to make things what you want it to be. They think it should be a certain way, you think it should be a certain way, and it's going to be a battle of leverage. Because the way you think things should be, she might be doing certain things and you don't like it. You might be doing certain things and she don't like it, which means it doesn't make anybody else necessarily right or wrong. Somebody might be doing something wrong, but you never know. Every situation's different. But my point is, when women are seeking partners, they try to come in to make it blossom into a way where they want it to be. And this is all women. But men also have the same mentality where they want things to be a particular way. And I do feel where a lot of relationships do work, somebody is letting it go one way more than the other. So a man might have a lot of the power and leverage and the woman's kind of fitting into that. Or the woman has a shitload of power and leverage and the man is kind of fitting into that. And I would say more often today, men are more so fitting into what a woman is trying to do. Bro, I know rich men in relationships, and their girl is completely taking it over. Like, she's obviously benefiting off of his success, but she wears the pants in the relationship. If she wants to move and she wants a new scene and scenario, they will move to a new house somewhere else, which is going to make her happier. And it all comes down to her happiness. And obviously all relationships aren't like this, and all men don't have that kind of riches and success, but it's an example of one where the woman holds the power and leverage in this scenario, even though the man is rich. For him to make this work, he kind of allows it to be that way. So, this is why things are so tough today in dating. Because, man, even in the relationships I was in, bro, I'm not going to lie, I never fully let the woman wear the pants in the relationship, but I gave her some leeway. I gave her some leverage. I called the shots to some degree. And I definitely wasn't controlled. And there was times where I had to work. I had to tell her we can't do this and that because I have to do this. But to make a woman happy, sometimes, bro, you have to give them a little bit of that leeway. Where they're kind of dictating, like, not everything, but certain things sometimes. Otherwise, you're going to have a pet female in your house pretty much. And women today do not like this at all. Women today, bro, they don't like to live that way. But we as men don't want to tag along with the rhythm of a woman's life either. It can be fun sometimes to have mutual thoughts on things. You want to go to the beach today, she wants to go to the beach today. This is where things can work. But there's always going to be things, bro, she wants to do. She sees the day going a certain way. There's literally memes on Instagram that pop up and it's like, I'm in a bad mood today. This is talking about a woman, by the way. I'm in a bad mood today because I had this day set in my head and we're not following along with the plan that I made up in my head. This is what women do. They make stuff up in their head of how they think things should go out and they don't like talk about it. They just think things should have gone this way. And when it doesn't, and you think the day has to go a certain way, it creates friction. This actually happened in the relationship I was last in last year. Because I wake up a certain way, bro. I get up right away. I don't lay around. I don't look at my phone. I get straight up. I get water. I might fast and get coffee first, or I might get food first. It depends where my body's at. But I start the day. And where she would like to more so lay around, don't get up right away, get her phone straight into her face, and do things like this. And I'm just bringing this up for examples, but looking back, this can cause problems. Because she thinks things should be a certain way and maybe I should lay there with her and just whatever. But I think we should get up. I think we should start the day. I think we should do this. So it's what she wants versus what you want. And having this type of understanding for myself is actually very powerful and mature. Because this just goes to show I have the ability to see things from a different point of view other than my own, which is the definition of not narcissistic. Narcissistic is only seeing things your way. Things have to go this way. It's going to be what I want it to be on my time, all the time. And you literally cannot see it in any other way. Or even care to. So that's the thing. Like, that's the whole point of what I'm trying to say here in this video. Relationships today, dating today for the most part, it's one big game of leverage. So this is why things are so tough. And I really believe, man, a lot of women today are very narcissistic and in their way, and they only see things their way and what they want. They're trying to implement what they're trying to do. They don't really care about a man and his life and what he's doing. It's just about how she feels and what she wants and all this kind of nonsense. And it's like, man, it's messed up. It is messed up. They don't have any respect for you or your boundaries or anything. They're just trying to do what they're doing on their time. And yeah, there's a lot of friction today, bro, in dating. Like, a ridiculous amount. And I'm telling you this right now, this is my next point. You cannot fall into any of this because let's say you as a man, let's say you want a relationship so bad and some woman's giving you a good time or something like this and she's smiling into your face and things are going that way and you just want a relationship, you're longing for one, and you just kind of go into it and you start to follow the rhythm of what she wants all the time. You cannot fall for this, bro. You can't fall into this. You can't be this way. A good job of what I've done in my last relationship was not doing that. And maybe when I was younger, in the very first relationship I was ever in, I was more so doing that, to the point where I lost my own mind. Because you feel this type of love you've never felt in your entire life, even from your own family. Like, it was just so strong, and you're just your eyes are wide open to it. You're buzzing. It's just like this amazing connection, bro. But for example, my last relationship, I stayed stoic. I stayed who I was. There was things the odd time, yeah, I would do, because that's just life. You're going to have to do things for your woman to make her happy. But at the same time, I stayed on track. I stayed on top of my shit. I stayed on top of my work. I got things done. I still put that stuff first. And she would say things like, you don't put me first. Like, I come dead last. Even though that wasn't true, she definitely was not dead last, and I did way more than I even should have. But I definitely was prioritizing other things, because you have to as a man. But yeah, it ended up being just this big leverage thing, and things just die. Like, women have to understand too, bro, that we are men and we have to work. We have to get after it. We have to stay ourselves. We have to stay solid. Sometimes they be needy, man. They're unrealistic, and their needs override ours. They're trying to get us to be there all the time. They're trying to talk to us all the time. They're trying to distract us, because in their mind, they want you right now. They want to talk right now. They want attention right now. And it's like, if you're giving that away, you can't really focus on yourself. You can't really focus on the mission. You lose your mind. So on and so forth. So yeah, it's one big game of power and leverage today, for the most part, in relationships. And it's tough. It's tough to make things work. It's tough to find the right person. It's tough to find understanding women that aren't so self-absorbed in their own emotions and thoughts and their neediness and everything else, bro. They just don't understand, and they feel like if they understand us as men, they almost feel like we're using them. They feel like they're not getting what they want, but what they want is not even realistic. Like, they just don't understand life, bro. They don't understand life. Like, men of a long time ago, bro, they had to leave their fucking wives for days, for weeks sometimes, and go to work. You're supposed to be at home doing whatever you're doing, taking care of the household, while we're out killing animals, bringing back what needs to be brought back, built a house for you to begin with, keeping you sheltered. Women have become extraordinarily needy. It's like they can't deal with a negative thought. They go on antidepressants, anxiety meds, out of their minds, bro. They're needy. Like, it's insane today, bro. Like, we can't even be ourselves. We have to coddle them. We got to be there 24/7. It's like, I don't know. Like, bro, so many of them are like this. And here's the thing. With social media, if they're not getting what they want, what do? They go to somebody else immediately. to not, because they can't deal with anything, bro. They're not becoming real women. They're just these needy little creatures nowadays. Like, and as a man, you can't even reach your potential if you got one of these kinds of women on your hands, because they're just dragging you down in the mud with them. They're not being productive, bro. They're not doing things they should be doing. They're just distracted. And they seek attention somewhere else if they're not getting enough from you, which is some bullshit. There's things we don't get from them either, bro. It doesn't mean we go grab something else from some other woman because we're not getting enough from them. But they will do it in the snap of a finger. They don't see a problem with it. Oh, you didn't meet their needs. They have needs. You didn't meet them. And they go berserk. Like, it's insane. And this is a very undisciplined woman. Undisciplined women seek a lot of attention and validation from men. It is undisciplined. And women like that are not to be taken seriously, bro. Not to be taken seriously. You can't date them, man. I've talked to women like that before, boy, and I'll tell you right now, the shit don't work. At all. Which is why we find ourselves, a lot of us, in the position we're in today, single. Because we don't have what we need. And if we get something at all, it just becomes a burden. You're better off being alone, bro. There's a saying in the Bible, you're better off being alone than... You're better off being in a scorching hot desert than having a quarrelsome wife in your house. That's how much better off you are, bro. I'd rather burn in a desert, but throw me to the rattlesnakes in the deserts, but because being stuck in a household with a quarrelsome wife, let me tell you, I've been stuck in a household before, not with a wife, but with a woman. I've experienced it in many different ways, and let me tell you, I've walked out of my own house before, down the road. I've seen other men walk out of their own homes, bro, down the road. Because they would rather be down the road out of their own home that they paid for and have built or have just bought than to be in that fucking house, boy, with that woman. I've seen it happen many times, and it's happened to me. This is why a lot of us are single today, boy. And it's a lot better than having the wrong thing in your life. It is much better. I'm to the point, bro, I don't even know if what we want or need even exists anymore. I'm sure it does. It's just that hard to find it. Which means we may never get it. We might not, man. We might not. We always like to keep the optimism, and we'd love to believe that it's going to happen eventually, but I don't know, man. Like, you never know. Life can pass you by, and you can just not come across it or get it. And yeah, because like we're all kind of stuck in our own lives in a way. Like, bro, we don't have all the time on earth to just travel around earth trying to find a woman. We got shit to do. That takes up a certain amount of hours a day. There's only so many places you can be. It's not going to be easy, bro, to find that woman. And then, bro, here comes all the women out of the woodworks. Oh, I'm that one. No, you're not that woman. I guarantee you're not that woman. You're just looking for an opportunity. We say things like this and we have women raising their hands as if they're the one. I guarantee you're not. It's going to take more than that. They're not all over the place. They act like they're all over the place, bro. They all act like they're that woman. They all act like they can be in a relationship. But you don't know what you're talking about. It's not that easy. If you want to lower your standards, it's that easy. It's that easy, bro. If you want to lower your standards, it's that easy. Go get yourself one of these girls. It's that easy. I'm telling you, boy. They're right there for the taking. They're right there. Go get one of them. The difference is, I don't want one of those. The standards I have, it does not line up to what's just out there. Like, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, you guys understand what I'm talking about. And that wraps this one up for the day. I'll see you guys in the next video. God willing, God bless, and we'll see y'all at the top.